make you explode the face. Now you official now, but you got a soul to save. I just been cooking that new. I'm about to drop in the few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. I ain't really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected the game. Got my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this fresh
out I have both degree. I used to be able to
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Real Estate and More Show with your boy Matt King and your other guy Hakeem Singleton. I like being the other guy because it keeps me out the limelight. Matt, what's going on, man? We got a big show today.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Really exciting show. We got a lot of things going on. We're calling today a party. You know, we did the first phase of the year. We did about 3 shows already. And there's a lot of things happening. And so major announcements, and we'll be saying them soon. But today is a lot going on. We actually have a photo shoot going on right now to talk about the new drops that's going to be happening with the Dreams Too Big clothing line. We're also going to raffle off a PS5 winner later today, which is really exciting. And today's theme is what, King?
Today's theme is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is huge right now. Everybody's trying to start a business. Everyone's planning and moving and shaking things up. And so we're super excited. Today we're going to do something we never do. We never talk about what we've accomplished. And the reason we're going to talk about what we've accomplished today is because we want you guys to have a deeper understanding of what it takes to start the entrepreneurship journey and to know what the entrepreneurship journey really looks like, feels like, smells, and tastes like, right? So I'll start with a short list of some of the businesses that we own, operate, contribute to, and partner with. So right now we have Dreams Too Big, Team King brand. We have Singleton Mortgage Group. We have K&S Flips. We have King Family Services.
Yep, that's the nonprofit.
That's the nonprofit.
King Family Enterprise.
King Family Enterprise.
A residential house.
Residential house.
Yeah.
We have Singleton Credit Repair and Restoration. We have a little bit going on.
Definitely, and one thing, and it's really good to be able to talk about some of the businesses that we had. But the question that I have for you is, just how much work goes into it behind the scenes for you personally?
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the sacrifices that I personally made. It's a Kanye West song where he raps about when he made 6 beats a day for 6 summers, something like that, right? And so that
5 beats a day for 6 summers. That's a different world. Like yeah. I got you.
That line, right? So a lot of people don't understand that when you start a business and really dial into what you're trying to accomplish, there has to be a sacrifice made somewhere. And so my sacrifice, I had a house. My wife and I had a house on 18th Street in Uptown.
Yep.
And so I used to work from home while I was building the foundation for what today is Singleton Mortgage Group. And so I would literally get up. My oldest son was 1 at the time, 2 at the time. I would get up in the morning. I would drop him off at daycare. I would come back. I would work in the basement. Now, mind you, the basements in Uptown Philly don't have the best cell phone service.
Not at all.
So I'm working from my cell phone, and as the phone is ringing, I'm running up the steps to answer the call. So I'm answering calls upstairs. I'm running downstairs to work on the actual loan application. And then I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I scale this? And so I sacrificed so much. I didn't travel.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go out with my friends. I didn't go to concerts. I made time for what mattered. And when I say all day long, I would come up only to go to the bathroom and eat. Then I would go pick up my son. I would feed him, and then go back down. I would be in that basement from about 8:30 in the morning till about 11 o'clock at night. And so, you know, with that said, it was a grind. It wasn't. People say, "Oh, you made it. You did it so fast."
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't fast. It was repetitive action over an extended period of time that bred this success.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Talk a little bit about how TK Brand was with the grind. What was the grind like for you?
Oh, just the grind in general. Man, so just a couple weeks ago, I did some math, just try to figure out how long we had the brand together and everything. And back in 2017, 2018 is when the brand first started when I was at Frankfurt High School. So it's about 4 years. I worked with students there that were in the peer group mediation group. So it was a group of seniors who mentored freshmen and sophomores. And one of the things we always talk about was them not traveling, and also talking to them about like not having opportunities for scholarships.
Right.
So it's two things.
For sure.
And so what I did was I made my love for travel, and that's what made me come up with the brand to basically inspire them. And that year we were able to give out, man, about like 50 or so t-shirts to like sponsor them from the gate.
Mm-hmm.
But we also did a fundraiser for the scholarship, and that fundraiser was with one of my coworkers. But also, I also had to pick up additional job and save a lot of money from my own personal paychecks in order to provide for scholarships. Luckily enough, a lot of students didn't apply that year. So we only had one student who applied, and we only had to give away, I only had to give away $500 that year. So that was good, because if it was anything else like it is today, it'd have been a crazy situation. But that sacrifice of having to work so hard and doing them silent sacrifices behind the scenes, because we don't like to really show the struggle.
No.
I don't really like to show much.
No.
But this is a different platform and something that we're learning and trying to build on. So this is something that really want to know more about.
Just to be all the way 100 with you guys, it's uncomfortable, right?
It really is.
For us, like this isn't what we do. We're out of our lane right now, and talking to you about our success and our struggles. Because just because we don't talk about it, because you don't hear us bragging and being braggadocious, doesn't mean we didn't accomplish anything. You know, Singleton Mortgage Group, this year, we're on course to do $30 million in mortgage originations. $30 million in mortgage originations.
That's amazing. You said on course for this year.
Just this year.
And we're in May.
That is this year.
That's amazing.
That's this year. We are accomplishing something that I dreamt of.
Mm-hmm.
Where the grind is paying off, and it's just the little things. It's the little things. Team King Brand, and we have what is it? Over 80 scholarship applications.
We're close to 90, and it stopped yesterday. But starting off, the first year only had 2 applicants, but this year we're up to 90, and that's because the people in the community. That's because of the grind, and that's because it's starting to pick up that momentum. That's a major thing.
It's huge, man.
Right,
it's
right.
Huge. It's huge. Being in a place where we started, where we put the work in,
Mm-hmm.
where it was ugly and it was grimy and it was dirty, because we didn't always have the things we needed to get where we wanted to go in the time we wanted to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we resonate so much with the marathon, right? That's why you hear Nipsey on the intro, because we
No.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I think we got disconnected for a second. Am I back? We're back. Okay. So as far as what we've been trying to do with the scholarship,
Yes.
is really just to bridge the gap. And bridging the gap looks different in different settings, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to help students that work their butt off and have done what they need to do to get to the place where they've gotten into college, right? Then we want to help them finish
stay in college and finish. Yep.
Right, finish the leg of the race, right?
Yep. And that's one thing that we spoke about personally, because the red tape that stops a lot of our youth from even finishing is the fact that they can't afford the tuition for school. And so the goal this year was to get more students to apply so we can give out more scholarships. But the goal next year and the years after is to not only give out, $1,000 scholarships or more, but we're trying to do things where ultimately paying off full tuitions.
That's it.
That's the goal. I mean, we always try to set it bigger and try to do more, and that's one of the things that we're going to continue to strive and build on. But putting that groundwork in behind the scenes is what's really going to try to help and make the difference.
100%, and I agree wholeheartedly. I think that as we continue to grow, as we continue to touch more lives and touch more children and touch more young adults, I think that our blessings will become blessings to other people.
Definitely.
Yep. Matt's dad is a huge influence on my life. Right. I'll tell a quick story, and then we have a caller.
Okay.
So the quick story is, I heard Matt's dad, Mr. Jeff. I heard him on the phone selling, and I was maybe 15, 16 years old, and I just heard the process, and I heard the work ethic, and I heard the care behind it, right? And so later on in life, as I started my sales career in mortgages, I asked him, how did you, because he was super successful, how did you do this? He looked at me dead in my face and gave me the Kobe answer. I just do it, son. That's it. I just do it.
Yeah.
And it didn't click until I looked back 7, 8 years later, and I said, that was some of the best advice I ever received in my life. I just did it.
Yep, because the secret behind being a boss, or however everyone say, is you got to get the work done.
Just do it.
You got to do it. The times when you don't want to, the times when you're behind the scenes, you have to do it, because if you don't do it, it won't get done.
100%.
And we'll talk about that more, but we do have a caller on the line, a very, very special guest.
Yeah, so I want to introduce our caller today. His name is Atif Bostic. That's my big brother. We asked him to give us a call today on the topic of entrepreneurship. He is one of the most influential coaches, managers, and
he revitalized many businesses.
Business.
And brought them a lot of fortune.
A lot.
And also with his fundraising capabilities.
Oh my gosh.
Unparalleled.
He's a business legend in the city of Philadelphia, and without any more hype, Atif Bostic.
Hey, good afternoon. Hey, it's good to talk to you, Kane. Good to
Atif?
talk to you, man. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello?
All right, so Atif, we can't hear you. So we're going to do this old school because I can't hear. I can't, for some reason, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Atif a question, and I'm going to ask the producer just to let me know or what is going on. So I'm going to also call Atif to see if he can click over on the line. I don't know how the audio is going to be on your end, but I really want to be able to hear him, and I'm having a hard time hearing. So what I want to do is I'm just going to call Atif on the line here. Okay.
Hello, Kane?
Hey, Atif, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you before. You just couldn't hear me.
All right, so of course, I'm sure you heard the introduction.
I did. Thank you.
No problem, man. Talk to us a little bit about some of your success before you give some people some clues and some pointers and some inspiration.
Oh man, Kane, listen, it's just like you said, right? Just putting one foot in front of the other. It's just about just doing it, grasping opportunity when opportunity exists. But what I find as a secret to success for me is really about focusing on relationships. Everything that we do, all business is really related to people. It's all about people, right? It's every deal that you do, there's people involved. Every business that you build, you have people involved. it's all about people, and that's my focus. I always focus on the people aspect of it, the people side of it, and then we go from there.
So I'm going to toot your horn, 'cause I know you won't.
I appreciate you.
So leadership in business. How long has leadership in business been around? Before I get my toot on.
Yeah, so formally, leadership in business has been around since 2017, but I've been doing this work probably for the last 15 years. But the company is about 4 years old.
Okay, so in 4 years, Atif has marketed and grown businesses and created relationships with businesses where they have been able to open restaurants. He has negotiated business acquisition deals, major business acquisition deals. He has created avenues of revenue and opportunity for major Philadelphia restaurateurs. And so he did this in 4 years. He did this in 4 years, but it didn't. This leadership in business wasn't born 4 years ago. It was born when he was working in his 9 to 5 and building the relationships that brought the opportunities many years later. Am I saying that right?
No, you absolutely are. And, so you brought up a very good concept, right? So most people think that, you have to be an entrepreneur immediately. You have to jump right out the box and you have to go to work and risk it all. And there's really this concept that people should really focus more on, something called entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship really focuses on developing, a business within a business. Taking the resources of the business that you're already in and where you don't have to put out your own money, you don't have to risk your own time. Well, I mean, obviously it's your time, but you get paid at the same time, where you're actually testing the ideas. You're out there, you're putting your ideas out there, you're building businesses within a business. So you're de-risking what you're looking to do in the future. And so, that's what I focused on throughout my career, in banking, is figuring out every time I took a job is, how do I build a business within that job? And then, number one, you build something. But the other part is you learn a lot, and then you're able to transfer that knowledge to other people. And, you brought up a very good point about, one of the things I do is I take all of the things I learned in corporate and apply it to small business. And a lot of times my clients don't understand, a lot of those concepts, which they could actually benefit their businesses. And then we just apply it, and, we make a lot of money doing it.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's important that you said that last part, right? Business is great, and it's a grind, and it's painful at first, and it's not easy, and it doesn't always look like you think it should look in the beginning. But somewhere in the midst of the madness, in the midst of the crazy, there's revenue, right? There's money to be made.
That's when it clicks. Yep.
So, talk a little bit, Atif, about how it's going now, and how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going well. I mean, you mentioned, one of my clients. I'll give her a shout out. I'm working with Country Cooking. Saudi Schuler.
All right, hold on, wait, pause, time out. So he just said that real quiet. So he said one of his clients is Saul Schuler. You see it, right? So that is huge. So wait, so did you play a part in her opening that new restaurant?
So interesting enough, and a lot of people don't really even know the story, right? So, we go back to the seafood salad, and, we go back to her initially getting into the ShopRite. That I put all that together, from the very beginning. And, then, negotiating a deal as it related to, going into the restaurant, structuring it, how we put the whole thing together. So absolutely. And she's having tremendous success. I mean, she's a phenomenal entrepreneur. She's a marketing guru, so I just love working with her.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Atif. That's amazing.
And he was saying how you can connect.
So how can we connect with you now? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I have my website up, leadershipinbusiness.com. So www.leadershipinbusiness.com. You can go. Obviously, you can select some services that we offer. We're coming out and introducing a whole program to support entrepreneurs through basically providing masterminds, one-on-one coaching, peer leadership groups. And so that's coming out in June. So, look forward to that. Also, you can reach me. My email address is Atif@Leadership in Business. So leadershipinbusiness.com. So Atif at Leadership in Business. So, you can reach me either of those ways. I'm on Instagram, Leadership in Business, and again, Atif Bostic. So, a number of ways to reach me.
That's huge, Atif. Thank you so much for spending the time to come and kick it with us. I know this was a sacrifice for you because you were actually on your way to a meeting yourself. So
yeah, actually, and it's interesting. I actually walked away, right? And because I love what you're doing. I love what you and Matt are doing, and this is important to me to be here. So I'll tell you, I'm actually in the middle of another business meeting for another client. So we'll talk about the next thing because that's going to be huge too.
That's huge.
Can't wait.
That's huge, Atif.
I'm excited.
Thank you, bro. Get back, close that deal, and we'll celebrate soon.
Actually, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
Thank you. That was some amazing insight that he gave. A lot of jewels that he dropped. And one thing that stood out to me was when he was talking initially, he was talking about the importance of serving people, right? Because I feel like all of our businesses will not be successful if we didn't treat people right or even had their best interest in mind at heart. Because I think it's important that people actually feel like they're getting some type of service whenever they interact with anybody, period.
I agree.
Even if it's just community service or giving back or, giving them a mortgage or anything of those lines.
For sure.
And I have a question about your business, though, real quick.
Sure.
You spoke earlier about how when you used to run from the basement to the living room to answer the phones and everything, what was it how important was it to have a good interaction with people that you work with, for them to even trust you to even take out a mortgage with your company?
Man, it was hard. It was hard because being new in the sales and service industry, people are quick to dismiss you because you don't have a track record. Mm-hmm. And so I leaned on people that were already established. I leaned heavily on Atif. Atif was a good launching pad for me. He made some contacts for me and put me in rooms and started introducing me to people he was rubbing shoulders with.
And stop right there. So what you're saying is, we're going to break this down simplistically, you know what I'm saying? So first you tapped into your network, right?
Boom, that's it.
And then you got the opportunity, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you took advantage of the opportunity.
Come on, doctor.
Is that important?
That's important, bro.
Now here's another question. We're going to back up real quick. What if you wasn't ready when you got the opportunity? Where will your business be now?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And if I wasn't ready, I wouldn't be here. If I wasn't ready, and even, listen, I wasn't ready. That's the thing. When the opportunity came, I wasn't ready. I was in position.
Right.
So I wasn't necessarily prepared for all and everything that came along with the success or with the opportunity. But I was in position. So we both played football, right?
Right.
You were a little better than I was, but when it came down to practice, when it came down to getting on the field and being in position to make a play, I was in position. Right. You just knew how to improvise.
That's how it goes sometimes. That's how life goes sometimes too. But
No, I'm serious. But the reason I bring up improvisation is because that's what happened with TK Brand.
Yeah. You
wanted a certain shirt, and the person you wanted to buy the shirt from was taxing. He was charging too much for the shirt. And I remember dialogue. You called me and said, "You don't have to get this. I'm gonna make my own shirt."
Right.
Because you improvise.
Right. The shirt was called. Let's put it out there. The shirt said "Always on Vacation," and that was my lifestyle.
Right.
I tried to find ways to always have a vacation, no matter what, because that's how I center myself and everything.
Right.
They tried to charge me like $30 for shipping and handling. I was like, not doing it. Not doing it. And you know the irony of everything?
What's that?
So one of my students is on the live, right? And he was like, he was a kid in high school, had his own brand and everything. And I was talking to him like, where do I go? How do I start? What's happening? And my young boy helped me out and put me on. It was crazy how things, came around because it helped with the whole vision and everything.
But we went from networking. What you got written down? Man's a no guy.
Nah, I was just talking about you tapped into your network.
Right?
And then you was presented with an opportunity.
Right.
And when the opportunity came, you took advantage of it. And you capitalized on it.
So what you did was the same thing, except you improvised at first. Your improv work made you realize that, okay, there's a gap. One, between affordable clothing and clothing for the traveling aficionado, right?
right.
So, and that's how TK Brand was born. And so we say all that, and I want to loop and tie all of this back in, because I want to give my grandmother-in-law a big shout. Grandma Eileen told me that I tend to jump around a little bit, so I'm gonna tie it all back in right here. Shout out to you, Grandma Eileen.
Good job.
So, the grind, the work ethic, the opportunity, the preparation, the being in the right spot at the right time, all is a part of entrepreneurship. And so I thank you guys for rocking with us on our entrepreneurship journey. We're going to continue to hit you with cool stuff. But right now we got to take a break, and let's talk about a raffle.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
PS5 on the way.
All right, people thought I was crazy, right? They like you gonna charge $50 for a PS5 ticket? Now hear me out before y'all start tripping.
That's right.
Everything that we do is attached to fundraising for the scholarship.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
And so therefore, why not get a hot ticket item and try to continue to build so that we can have more funds to give out to the more applicants that we had this year. For sure. And this year, I'm gonna look at my page. I hope. I think it's gonna cut me off from my live. But this raffle, we have about 13 people in the raffle. I'm using this app called Riffle Raffle. Right. And at 3:30 on the dot, I will do the raffle. Yes. And we will announce out the winners. We're actually going to call the person who won the PS5. Hopefully they pick up. This is our first time trying to do a radio show call out. So we'll see. But it's really exciting. For sure. I'm excited to see who will win. Absolutely. It's a big thing. And let's talk about the website too, please. Let's talk about the more. Yeah. So we're also going to be doing raffles continuously. This isn't going to be our first or last, right? Well, this is our first, but it's not going to be our last. So we're going to raffle off an Xbox next. Is that the move? We might. It's some other stuff that's coming in the works. We recently had some items donated to us. Yes, we do accept donations. Absolutely. So if y'all want to donate so we can raffle it off, please do. Absolutely. We might do an Xbox. We might. Okay. We might do a PS5. Another one. We might. DJ Khaled. Let's go. So what's happening is it 3:30 yet? No, we got like 2 minutes. But before we jump into and we got 2 minutes, right? Yes, so before we jump into the raffle, we had a tough conversation last week. Where was it? It was last Saturday, and we talked and we said, man, we're not selling as many raffle tickets as we like. Should we drop the price? I said that. This was me. Yes. And Matt quickly checked me and said, we have to hold the line so we can know what the worth of our foundation and our scholarship fund is for. Yeah. We could have lowered the price and sold more tickets. Yeah, we could have canceled the raffle. We could have. Yep. But Matt told me that, and this was a lesson he taught me. Don't dumb down or water down your message for people, right? Don't cheapen yourself. Set your price, know your worth, and hold that line. Yeah. I mean, I think that's important. That's something we can talk about after we do the raffle as well. For sure. But the bottom line is, this world is a lot of people in this world. And if your people that's near you aren't the ones who's feel like they want to invest in it, don't get bogged down by it. Don't get deterred. Continue to push forward. Sometimes you might have to adjust, but in certain situations, you shouldn't adjust to try to appease everyone. And I felt like this is one of those situations. Got it. And so, I want to repeat Atif's information. We got a caller that called in to ask for Atif's information to be repeated. His name is Atif Bostic. He is the owner and operator of Leadership in Business. You can reach him at Atif
ATIF at leadershipinbusiness.com. And the website is leadershipinbusiness.com. And that's leadershipinbusiness.com.
Perfect. Okay, it's 3:30. We like to be punctual. We're gonna try to make this thing work. And I'm going to, Kim, are you live? Because I want you to have the camera on the phone so they can see.
You'll be go live. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm going live.
Okay.
Okay.
I want them to be able to see everything.
All right, so I'm going live. Hold on. All right, so we're going to go live.
Yes.
Give back. Raffle.
Winner. Yep.
All right. So
Perfect. So here we go.
I'm going live. And then for you guys here, for you guys that are live on WURD, just rock out with us.
If everybody that's live on WURD on Facebook, after I do the raffle, I'll turn my phone straight to the camera so that you'll be able to see who won.
For sure. So we're
All right, you ready?
I have my camera here.
All right.
And we're going live. We're going live on the raffle.
Raffle, right? You see it?
You see it? Yep. All of the entries.
Cool.
For sure.
Right here, it says raffle entries. This is everyone's names. We have 12 entries this week. All right.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go. All right.
No drum roll?
Drum roll?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
There
you.
we go.
All right.
Shout to Moses in the back.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Let's go.
I'm nervous. Who's getting the PS5? Wow.
Karima?
No.
No, Tom.
Yo. Tom won.
Let's call Tom.
PS5.
Let's call Tom.
Hold on. I'm going to share results. I'm going to share this to Instagram, straight to Instagram.
Let's call Tom.
Post it. Posting it right now. That's crazy.
Let's call it. That's huge, guys. So
All right, hold on.
Tom is a big supporter of TK Brand. He's a friend of ours, and he's always super supportive, super responsive whenever we do anything. Tom was one of the first people to buy tickets for the Give Back fundraising event a couple years ago.
I'm still live.
And so I think he's gonna try and pull Tom in live.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to come right back. The winners were, once again, let me see. It was, first place was Tom Dang, second place is Karima White, and third place is Kyra.
Yes,
and
yes.
so Tom will get the PS5. Karima is going to get carry-on luggage from TK Brand, which is an amazing item, by the way.
Absolutely.
Amazing item. And Kyra will get a $50 gift card to the Dreams Too Big page. All right, hold on.
So that was huge. That's big.
That was amazing.
That was exciting. I don't know.
And
I don't know if the listeners, if the people on the radio can hear the excitement for that. While Matt calls time and gets time on the line, it's great. We really care and we really enjoy and we love being able to give back. Do we have time on the line?
Thomas, we have you live on the line, so please watch what you say. This is for the kids. I just want to say congratulations on winning a PS5, the digital edition, and you will be receiving, what'd you say?
Yes, sir.
And you will be receiving your PS5 today. So thank you so much.
$50 well spent. Yeah, Tom.
Have a great one now.
Take it easy. Tom, we'll call you later.
All right.
Thank you. So we're super excited. We're so excited to be able to do this, to give back, to take that money and then help another human get through an exciting time in their lives.
Definitely, yeah. Because this year, just to talk about the fundraisers and the reason behind it, so that people can really, really, truly understand. This year, because we've had almost 90 applicants for the scholarship, this will be the first year that we're actually able to give out 10 scholarships. The years before, we haven't been able to give out as many because we didn't have as many students apply and qualify. So the next month or two, I'll build a team. They're going to review the scholarships, and the students will be notified. We're going to send out the checks to the schools before August, when school starts. And just exciting to see what happens next and what next year is going to bring and next year is going to build with the brand and with all these different opportunities.
For sure, for sure. I'm super excited. We have another big announcement today as well. So the reason we kind of want to talk about entrepreneurship today is because we want to be not only a resource to the kids that are graduating, we want to be a resource to those kids that are graduating and are looking to start their own businesses. And so Matt and I are going to be starting a platform where we're going to be putting out content monthly. There's going to be monthly content going out that is going to discuss the intricacies of starting a business, the intricacies of marketing said business, and then scaling the business, right? And so we want to be a reference for those students. We're going to continue to support them. We're going to offer one-on-one classes for those who are interested. It's going to be a big platform, and we're going to do all of this because we have our give first mentality always. We're going to do this for $5 a month for the kids. So if they sign up for the subscription, they will get 2 videos a month and inspirational posts for $5. These videos are going to be at least an hour long. They are going to include tips, tricks, marketing strategies. They will be educational. We will provide the opportunity for internship with us going forward as well over the next few summers. The Singleton Mortgage Group internship will be getting underway next month.
Yeah, you said you're launching that soon, so
yes.
And we'll definitely use the platform with connecting with the students and being able to get people that are interested in those fields and to try to build on it. And the funny thing is, when you was mentioning even $5 a month, the way we're built, we'll even try to fundraise for that. Isn't that crazy? Right? So, but those are the type of things and opportunities and stuff, but we're looking forward to providing these additional opportunities and everything.
Absolutely. It's a celebration today, guys.
Today is definitely a celebration. I'm trying to tone down because I'm real hyped right now, just about life in general, because now that we set a goal, we accomplished the first goal, which was the goal was to double the amount of applicants we had. Internally, when I was talking to one of our sponsors, Tina, and she was like, how many applicants do you want this year? And I was like, maybe 50. She was like, not enough. Not enough. I was like, wait, we never had more than 20 before. And she was like, give me another number. I said, let's go for 100. I was like, I didn't know how I was going to do it,
10x.
But we got it.
Yeah.
We got close to 100. And now the goal is to continue to build and grow. So then when we support these students, it will be able to support them on multiple levels. And so just wait and see what happens next. And for everyone that's interested in supporting or knowing what's going on, please visit givebackraffles.com.
Givebackraffles.com. We're going to be doing raffles on an ongoing basis. And if you want to stay in the know, you want to take part and support and have a chance to win something of value, win something that provides pleasure and good times for people, because the PS5 does. The gaming systems provide a lot of fun, and so
Definitely.
That's what we're about.
Yeah.
Please visit givebackraffles.com. Once again, that's givebackraffles.com. And if you're interested in just donating.
Donating and signing up and
That's
subscribing. Right. At the bottom of the page, you'll be able to subscribe. You'll receive all of our most recent information, any announcements, anything that's coming up. And I feel like for people who subscribe, they deserve exclusive items and stuff. What you think?
I think so.
So I feel in my heart,
all right,
that if you feel in your heart that you want to subscribe and hear from us, please do. Yes. And you'll reap the benefits of doing such things.
We're going to do it. We're going to do a special surprise. We're going to do something cool for those subscribers. And there's also a link to apply for the scholarship on that website.
Oh yeah, but listen, y'all, the scholarship deadline was yesterday, so do not click on that link because I will not accept your application.
Maybe we can start for next year.
Oh, we'll start for next year after we award the ones for this year.
Okay,
we'll start
cool.
for next year in September. We got to keep these things in decency and order, because
That's
then
right.
we will get unorganized and things will not work. And I am not dealing with that.
So yes, so that's cool, man. I'm over the moon right now.
Definitely. And one thing I didn't want to forget, though, before we did the raffle,
Yeah.
we were talking about just taking advantage of opportunities. And I just want to
Yeah.
just bring this back home, because if there was different opportunities for people and you get into your platform, right, and people are constantly asking you, how do I start my own mortgage company? How do I, they ask you those questions of like where you are in the journey. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they start the book in chapter 5 and just ask you, how do I get to chapter 6? But without, going 1 through 5. And so, and those type of conversations, and how do you handle those type of conversations? How do you approach those type of questions? Because for me, I don't know sometimes where to start, because there's so much knowledge and sacrifice and sleepless nights and everything that goes in that answer that you can't really portray. And so how do you go about that? Just was wondering.
So you got to start somewhere, and it's okay to start at the bottom, right? It's okay to eat oodles and noodles. It's okay to listen. I love oodles and noodles. I love them. I doctor them up now, though.
Nah, for sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I get chicken and stuff in them. Now they fancy noodles. But I remember.
Yeah, fuck.
Get the fuck.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But ultimately, it's about being humble and about willing to live today, so that you can live today like no one else is willing to live, so that you can live tomorrow like no one else can live. Because right now you have to make the sacrifices. It's a willing sacrifice. You can't wear the fancy shoes. You can't wear the Gucci, Louis, Prada. You know what I mean? You it's okay, because TK brand got you, but you have to live within your means for a little while. And sometimes, you know what? That means living under your means. That means saving that lunch money so that you can buy or pay for a customer relationship marketing tool for that month. These are all the types of things that we'll talk about on the platform.
I was just thinking, right?
What's up?
My bad. I'm in a silly mood today.
It's all good.
But
What's up?
You remember how J. Cole was like, fake it till you make it? With me, I did the opposite. I made it till I faked it.
Yeah.
Nah, that always cracks me up. But there are some people who may just have to fake it till you make it, right?
Absolutely.
And there's so many different ways to success. And so I want y'all to know that the advice that we're giving is from our perspective.
100%.
It is not the only roadmap.
Right.
And we only talking about the experiences we had.
Right.
I don't feel like I'm successful yet. I'm still scratching and hungry. Right? And so
gotta be.
I feel like success is right there though.
It is.
And I feel like I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? Like before I had a couple opportunities to get inside of some stores.
Right.
And I received the information and everything, but I didn't close on it because internally I didn't feel ready.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I wasn't ready for that. You asked for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother. That might be another segment or something.
Wow. That's a mindset conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
That's
thing.
a mindset. So I struggled with that a little bit when I first started.
Right.
I didn't feel like I belonged in certain conversations.
In certain rooms, bro.
Right, in certain rooms. And so I'll share one quick story. So I like to give my motivational stories, and this is one I think that will hit home with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Before I started Singleton Mortgage Group, I had an opportunity to go to a mortgage conference, and I went. I had tickets to see J. Cole on with Matt, another friend of ours.
It was a whole crew.
It was
a
a whole
thing. Right.
It was a whole thing.
Right.
And on the last minute, I backed out, and I gave my ticket to someone else.
Yeah.
But I backed out because I flew down to Clearwater, Florida, and I went to a Close More Loans in Less Time conference.
Right. And is that when you met that lady who closed like $2 million in a month or something?
I did.
What did she tell you? She told you something real disrespectful or something.
It was disrespectful. It was disrespectful. It was along the lines. It was one of the lines of "Shut up, you're not doing enough," and stop crying about it and do it.
Yep.
But I also met another gentleman. His name was Carl White. And in typical my fashion, I show up, I sit on the front row, and I'm just hammering questions, getting involved and being a part of it.
Right.
And after that session was over, Carl looked at me and said, "Man, how much do you make a year?" And humbly I said the number. And he said, "Wow, man, I think I would have guessed that you'd be making 5 times that number." And Carl and I sat down for coffee later on that night, and a cigar. Coffee and cigar, and we sat and we just talked. And Carl said, "I want you to fly down to Austin, Texas. I want you to meet someone." And sure enough, 3 weeks later, I flew down to Austin, Texas, and I met this person. And when I met this person is a multi-millionaire. I am in this room, just me and him, and we're talking about the foundations of what would be today's Singleton Mortgage Group.
Right.
And I had $1.98 in my account. When I got on the plane, I was trying to figure out how I was even going to get from the airport to the meeting. And God is good. He blessed me with a way, and I got there. And I didn't have enough money on my debit card to even place a hole in a room so that I could stay in the hotel. They paid for
the $250.
They hold the $250.
Right, but you had to just at least have the hold.
I had.
Wow.
So I didn't have it, and so me just being me and asking, "Listen, I don't have it in my account." Just being really humble. "Can you put your card up for me?" And the representative for the gentleman said, "Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it."
Wow.
I had took my lunch and my dinner and carried it on the plane in a plastic bag. And all I could think about was, I hope this is enough food to get me through the weekend. Because I had no money to buy food.
Right, yeah, to portion that up, bro.
Listen.
I'm telling you.
But God is so good and so faithful that fast forward 3 years, I'm making that number that Carl said I should be making when I sat down.
Let me get $1, bro. Look at God.
That's a shout moment.
Yep.
That's a testimony.
Yep.
That is what hard work, dedication, sacrifice, faith, and belief in a higher power will do for your life. And I really feel like that it all happened for a reason. Everything that went into to my story happened for a reason, and it made me a better human in the end. Yeah.
I mean, and things like that is stuff behind the scenes where it's a combination of things that you have to add into that. And if you didn't push through, if you didn't ask, if you didn't take advantage of those opportunities, if you didn't believe in yourself enough to even take that flight, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if you'd have just backed out and ghosted?
Right? Yeah.
So
people do it.
And that happens a lot, and that's a lot in a few of the books that we've read about business and about success. Like, people get so close and they just not ready for the actual moment. And that's why I mentioned, like, we even brought you to that story. I had those moments. People were asking, you ready to come into this store? You ready to do this? You ready to do that? I'm like, hold up, bro. Hold up. This is getting too serious now. And I wasn't, trying to take on those type of things, that level of responsibility. But that's what it is, though. You have these businesses. You become an entrepreneur. You're being responsible for your own success.
Absolutely. And we are. So we have a real estate investment company, and that company has been performing very well. We haven't taken a dime of the proceeds from that business.
Nope. It's all about the long. Well, it's really about the long term.
It's about the long term goals.
Yeah.
So if we could pull money from that, but it wouldn't benefit us going forward. And so it's about having control, self-control, and remembering to keep the goal and the purpose in mind. And so I think we just got our 5-minute warning.
Okay, perfect.
I want to leave the last 5 minutes to Matt, and I'm gonna ask Matt to take off his humble hat for a second, and I want Matt to talk about what it took to really invest in TK brand to get it off the ground. Because without your investment, without you putting that first however much that deposit was, however much that initial investment was into it, we wouldn't be here today. Like we wouldn't be in a room filled with people wearing TK brand, taking pictures and hanging out.
Yeah.
And Mo has a fly sweatsuit on and I want it.
I call that a 1-on-1. That's called for kings only. I actually gonna get one. Yeah. Nah, I got you, bro.
So, but talk about that, Matt.
No, so seriously, what happened? You say take your humble hat off or all this other stuff. I'm just not though. But the thing is, hold on, I got you. The thing is, we saw a need. I work with a great group of people in the school district. We always sat in a room and saw a need for students, and I got tired of just talking about it and wanted to actually try to make some type of like impact some way somehow. And the only way I could see that is a lot of issues stem from being financial. And so found ways to do fundraisers. Everybody know, if you was at Frankfurt with me, me and Nicole, remember Nicole Thompson?
Yeah, I remember Nicole.
Educator.
Yeah, I remember Thompson.
And then our whole crew, Simone and everybody, we sold hats, right?
Yeah.
We sold hats. Started with that. We took an L on that though, because we didn't know how much the hats cost. Took an L. And then we did that's when we started selling the T-shirts and then the 5Ks and everything. But when those things didn't work, or when those investments didn't work, I had to make sure that sometimes I had to take money out of my own personal checks. Sometimes I had to just find ways to make sure that we didn't let these students down, because our kids get enough of broken promises, and that was one goal that we tried to make sure didn't happen. And then, luckily enough, the next year was the gift bag.
It's crazy.
You don't remember that, right? That next year, we had a combo in February or something, and we talked about some type of fundraiser or something, and you booked a room without even having the project together, right? But you pushed me in that situation. Like, bro, I booked the room, the deposit is this date.
I did. And
we had 3 months, and we raised $12,000.
We raised $12,000
in 3 months.
In 3 months.
That was crazy. I was like, but that shows me that whatever you want, whatever you put your heart to, it gave me that ability to when you hear people thinking I can't fail, I won't fail, because whatever I touch will grow. They got that mindset, right?
That's right.
And when I started to see it happen, I'm like, bro, they were telling the truth.
Listen,
you put the work in, you believe in it, you continue to grow and have good faith and good intention. I think, and I know you will prosper. However, it's supposed to be out. So, man, that's how it all came together. And now we here where we are now. Man,
listen, we are blessed to be a blessing. I'm blessed because of our friendship.
Not for sure.
And then people that are attached to us, they're blessed because of our blessing. They're blessed because of our oil, right, spills over. And so everything that we have, it spills over onto those around us. So anyone connected to us is gonna
grow as well.
Grow.
Got that belief, that core values, and just continue to push forward.
That's it.
Failure is not an option. So
listen.
That's all.
And even if you think you're gonna fail, don't say it out your mouth. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so, I think we're coming up on 45 seconds.
Definitely.
We're gonna wrap up here. Continue to take some shots.
Yeah.
And have a good time.
Photo shoot going on in the background. I'm gonna show everybody who's still on.
Thank you so much for taking the time to rock out with us and spending your 3 o'clock hour with us today.
Definitely appreciate it, everybody.
I'm looking forward to sharing our entrepreneurship platform with you. You don't have to be a freshly graduated student to take part. It's $5. Get the education. I think they say you want to hide something from people, put in the book. So we're not going to put it in the book. We're going to put it online.
No, we put it in the book too. Get that. My people is going to grow, and we're going to do our thing, man.
So thank
Excellent.
you. Thank you so much. Have a great month. We'll see you next Saturday. DJ, drop that beat.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Crossing that soldier race. Don't know them days. Take you in back of the buildings. Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to save. I just been cooking that new. I'm about to drop in the fuel. Think if I call it the grain, the people gon' call it the truth.